Welcome to the YoLIFE Project Zambia. We believe in the youth because we believe in the youth. It is the reason why we want every youth to be aware out there that as a YoLIFE Project Zambia, on all our platforms, all our social platforms, every Friday afternoon we will have new posts by the professionals that we identify as things or rather topics that affects the development or deter the success or the development of the youth. As a youth-led organization, it is our pride to look into the matters of the youth because we understand what affects youth.
Hi, good morning. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. So this morning as I was about to drive out for work, I had an impression that I needed to share this with someone out there. So yesterday in the afternoon I was hanging out with the youth as I was visiting some of my projects. So after the visits, the youth was super impressed and he said, wow, this is so beautiful. I never thought, a youthful person like yourself would be, doing some of these things that you're doing. He was super impressed. Then he questioned me a question that I want to base this clip on. And the question was, Dumisani, how old are you? So I told him, well, I just turned 31. So he said, wow. He had that laughter of relief. He said, wow, 31, I'm just 25. So by the time I'm getting 31, definitely I would achieve what you've achieved, even much more. I said, okay, fine, that is good. That is so beautiful. And I even told him, say, you see, you have an advantage. The advantage that you have is that you have edge on your side. So that's a clear-cut advantage. That is so beautiful for you. But then the follow-up question was, so what are you doing at the moment? So no, I'm still trying to put pieces together. You see, I'm pushing this and that. But you see, I couldn't get a job that couldn't pay me what I'm worth. And so he had all these many things that was saying. But from the main explanations, I could tell that there was a problem. So like, are you staying alone? He said, no, I'm staying with my parents. How often do you party? And says, no, I party every other weekend. You see, I just hang out with the homeboys, just catching up and just trying to see what we can do, with the guys out there. And, okay. What books are you reading at the moment? He said, I'm not really into, reading books. Yeah, but for me, that is not my, okay. So I was listening to that and I then said to him, listen up. Let us not look at where I am at 30, 31. Let me look at where I was the time I was of your age. Then I told him to say, you see, the time I was 17, 18, I was importing things from Botswana and South Africa. I was a businessman. 20 years old, I had an IT company, Glad Tidings Software Limited, with two other friends, and we had a product called Glad Tidings eSchool, which is a school management system, which, by the way, to date, it is the most used school management system in Zambia. In short, I have contributed to the change of ICT in the education sector in Zambia. And by the way, that company was formed when I was just 20 years old. By the time I was 23 years old, I was running a fully fledged transport company. I owned trucks. 24 years old, I had my own house. 25 years old, which is your age, I was flying across the globe, signing contracts and whatnot. Not paid for, I was doing that with my company. So I have contributed to the change of society. At 25, I was running DLN Technologies, which is a company that, provides machines that personalize ATM cards. And now you can go in a bank and get your ATM card on instant issuance. Clearly, I have contributed to the change on how business is done in Zambia in a small way. But that was done by the time I was of your age. Now, if at your age you're still thinking of partying and you're still thinking about this girl, that girl, and you're still thinking about hanging out with the homeboys, and you're still thinking of which artist, which word, you are not focused. And this is the challenge that we have with many youths. You might be thinking, I'm here. By the time I get to 31, I would have achieved A, B, C, D. But here's the thing. It is like myself saying, Dangote is a billionaire and is in his 50s. Wow, that is not a problem. I'm just 31. By the time I get to 57, I would have achieved what is achieved. But the big question that I should ask myself is, what was Dangote doing when he was of my age? That is the key question. Forget about where he is. Look at what he was doing the time he was of my age. That is the key question. That is the take-home question that I want you to take now. What was he doing the time I was of my age? And that should propel me because, as an example, Dangote, at the time I was of my age, He was pushing phenomenal things, putting up projects of over $300 million. He was pushing real huge numbers. So clear, if I'm not doing what he was doing the time he was of my age, then it makes it almost impossible for me to achieve what he has achieved now. So the key question is that we need to look at the people that we look up to, the people that have achieved so much. What were they doing the time they were of our age? That is the big question that I want you to address. And by the way, sometimes we feel we are still young, you know, I'm just in my 20s, I can still have fun, I can still achieve so much more. Listen, there are youths that have achieved so much more as youths. Let us not even go very far. In Zambia, Venon Mwanga, he was an ambassador at 21. An ambassador representing our country at 21. In his 20s, he was an ambassador at the United Nations. And by the way, he got to be voted in the Security Council of the United Nations. He was the world's youngest member of that council. In his 20s. Now we have these people that have achieved significant things as young people. And we are in that position now as young people. What are we doing? You see, we cannot keep entertaining the thought that no, we'll get there when we get there. We are still young. No. The fact that you have an NRC is enough indication that you are an adult. The moment you got your NRC, you got your passport, it was an indication that you are an adult. So, provided you are above 16 years old, you are an adult. And you need to realize that, forget about, no, I'm still young, I'm still a youth. The fact that you have an NRC, you're an adult. You need to own up and realize that, you know, the future is dependent on you. At this point, you need to then begin thinking of, okay, fine, what sort of friends am I keeping around me? Are they drawing me closer to success, or are they holding me back? The kind of friends have an effect on how far you can go. The kind of events that you attend, if you are ever attending entertainment events, nothing serious in your life, then know that it is almost impossible for you to achieve that which you dream of achieving. Most of us youths are very ambitious, but we are not willing to take up the step to put in the best that we can. Here's something interesting. Success is predictable. You just don't wake up one day and you are successful. I am successful. No, success is predictable. You get what you put in. You get what you put in. The kind of friends you hang out with have an effect on the success that you're going to have. The kind of books you read have an effect on the success that you're going to have. The kind of content that you feed on, the kind of videos that you watch have an effect on the kind of success that you're going to have. Everything that you do has an effect on the kind of success that you're going to. You don't become successful by chance. The kind of conferences that you attend have an effect on the kind of success that you're going to have. There are youths that have never attended any empowerment conference, and their thinking is that no, those things don't work. But the question is, where are you networking from? Where are you getting your network from? So my message is very clear and very simple. As a young person, begin checking out for success now. Forget about those that are 40, 50 and whatnot. You look at what they were doing the time they were of your age. And get inspiration from other young people that are doing phenomenal things. Forget about the over partying, you know, you partying every weekend, you know, are focusing on things that do not add value on yourself. That will just hold you back. You just realize sooner than later that you are old, you are in your 30s, you are in your 40s. You see, even fools grow old. You need to realize that. Irresponsible youths also grow old and become irresponsible adults. Foolish youths also grow old and become foolish adults. You need to realize that. And if there's an opportunity for you to change, it is time that you change now. And by the way, for some of the youths, those that might be interested, on the 29th of November, we are going to have a masterclass with the Radical Entrepreneur. If you have a moment to spare, you can come through. Those are some of the events where youths that are looking at taking charge of their lives gather. It is from such events that you network with other people that are doing phenomenal things in their lives. You don't network from bars. You don't network from, you know, funerals and whatnot. You network from such places. You need to be deliberate about the networks that you create. And where do you get the best networks? It is at places where the people that you aspire to be like are found. That's where you network from. I thought of sharing this with you, and please have a beautiful day ahead. May God bless you. This is the message from the Radical Entrepreneur, and the future is bright.